sword in my hand. Yeah, yeah, said, life is so grand. Yeah, yeah, said, I am the man. Yeah, 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 just follow the plan. Just follow the smell of treasure when we dungeon dive. I'ma kill for gold, that's adventurous pride in this party. I'm mindful of Gucci. I had to die for the cause, that's the cost of our lives. I roll with these bars, want me stuff on the map, my stats crazy. I slaughter with roll of the dice. Brothers in arms, we must fight to survive. Take the fur from these beats, red bunnies on rise. I do not mess with you fakers. I seen your level, you was basic. Saw the throats of any haters. Eldritch blast, see you later. Burn the booth like a dragon. Flow hot like I cast it. Fireball, using magic. Goddamn, I'm advancing. Real shit, you do not know who you messing with. First in tyrants and I came equipped. They call me Venom, spitting poison quick. Yeah, jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. I've been feeling super strong. I ain't never wearing any guys. I've been working all night long. Power and struggle, I skill on the rise. Shout out decadent in area. Gripping blue mic cause it's Syria. If you really wanna battle us, better bring your best cause we battle us. Well shit, I've been scheming for some breaks for a grip. Got a couple hundred crowns in my fist. Too quick, go stealth, hit a pit pocket. Don't spell with a force of a speed rocket. Devilish relish reward like a witcher. The still in my play, call it red when I finish. Fools always out playing big as beginners. And it's like we got poor or live is a win. Jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping, jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. Yeah, all of my homies aside. Yeah, Venom, you know we gon' ride. Yeah, you cannot handle my pride. Yeah, I'ma go breaking the night. Jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping.
And we be live. Hello, chat. Hi, Classic Man. Hi, Roy. So, first things. Oh, right. I can't immediately do ad time. I literally just had ads running during the intro. They have certain time limits on that.
Yeah, they have a time limit, remember, right? Just redeem it the next time it's available to you, Naka. Usually
I'll try to remember.
I'll try to remember, too, to remind you. All right, let's go.
So, to catch everyone up, yesterday started with the end of the battle with the beastskin girl, woman, whatever you would like to call her. The heroes from the Empire, and of course, you guys. However, in that fight, you all left by Samantha opening a gate that obviously, since they weren't there for it, was me getting them to do it. And that gate got interrupted, conveniently dropping some of you back at the palace in Latenvi. I almost forgot the name of the kingdom. But Samantha was not included in that. And thank you for
Look at me, I am
No, you're
super
fine.
supporter.
Yes, Naka.
So, yeah. You guys ended up back at Latenvi, at the academy even, except for Samantha, who was still lost. However, big events happened later that day. like literally world-changing events. Because the saint of Latenvi betrayed everyone, having worked with the Demon King and calling forth the time of Armageddon might be a good terminology for that. Basically, releasing 2 other forces onto the world. The spirits and the celestials, the angels. Neither of those is necessarily a good thing for humanity. Humans are generally not up to fighting either of those. And celestials are theoretically good, but they have decided to subjugate, might be a good word for it, the Empire. They claimed basically the most powerful force on the planet as their own. The spirits took most of the other kingdoms, and because of the Saintess's treason, the demon army is pretty much taken over at Latenvi. So, yeah, things have definitely been happening.
Yeah, and I found out that we were technically speaking demons.
Yes, technically. I almost forgot, Samantha's not actually on the map.
And soon, Boka will be the demon princess. That will be their moniker. Demon warrior princess. Or demon sword princess, yeah. Like that. Love it.
So,
Now, if we're going for character titles, I'm trying to go for
Thank you for the
something
follow,
like
Grand
the
Admiral.
White
Think
Fox.
Yuihara. Oh, I know that's from something. I don't remember what, but that's from something.
I mean, it's a common enough name.
Grand Admiral Yuihara?
I mean, not the Grand Admiral part, but
Naka, hydrate your butt.
sure, I shall do that. Oh, also, here are those ads you requested, Roy. Have your ads. So, the big question is what you guys want to do now. I mean, first things first, Samantha arrives back. I think we're all safe with saying that since it's been like a week, Samantha has in fact returned to you. So, Sun, you are back.
All right.
And they disappeared from Discord.
They were back.
Yes, it was apparently temporary. Welcome back, Sun.
You are muted, by the way, son.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you miss the recap?
No, I was here for the recap. I just DC'd for a second. I don't know why it put me back in muted.
Who knows? I do not. But you are back. In both ways. So, you have returned to the group.
I'm not back. I'm Sun.
No comment.
All right.
So. Oh, and
Wait, did I get my gauntlet back too? So
The
I did
gauntlet?
tweet them what the gauntlet is. Remember?
No, I do not remember.
I spent gold on that, lady.
Well, suffice it to say, there's a little bit of chaos that has gone on in your absence, so we might
They
have to
lost
write off
it.
some things.
They lost the gauntlet.
Unless you can remind me of what it was. Because I definitely don't remember.
Number I'll be 80.
It's like a fire enchantment gauntlet. Basically, it's supposed to make it where I could do the shining finger without being in a mech.
I don't remember.
Isn't that literally what your cannonball does?
I mean, they're a little bit different. but-
Cannonball's just
No,
dash. Is it dash?
that would have been somewhere else.
I would have
No,
thought
remember,
maybe Vale,
Maple? When we talked to the sexy man, when we were all making fun of Naka for having too many females, and we were like, "This is a all-female campaign." And
Yeah, but when you dropped off your katanas
you
before
didn't do
we
that
got
there.
the mechs.
You didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
That was
I dropped
that.
off. I know I
wasn't
dropped off a
them.
gauntlet though, didn't I?
If you did, it might have been in Vale.
Mhm.
So
Maybe.
I know we were talking about making magical items within Vale as well.
Mm.
But
I do remember thinking. That's why I have these really high-level gems in my inventory, is to.
Mm.
I mean, if Samantha would like to, they can probably get you back to Vale.
That's the one with the ability to really enchant weapons, right?
Well, both places have very similar systems of enchantment. So,
But you said one place had high level. What was it?
availability of resources is a little bit easier in Vale because of the
Okay.
dungeons. So,
Oh, would I have any idea of which nobles are aligned to the king and therefore the demon king, and which are not?
not exactly.
Mm.
And I think I just barely started to touch on this, but there's in fact a civil war here in Latenvi between mostly commoners, like the Adventurers Guild, and, well, the hero, because the hero sided with them, and the royal family, who submitted to the demon army. So,
Hey, whatever they're into. But a whole demon army? Damn.
yeah, the demon army had basically snuck into this kingdom and set themselves up. So, and the king's like, well, they're here. The Saintess betrayed us and is allied with them already. I can either try to fight them or go along with them. And seeing as how the demon army and the celestial army are bound to clash, and they were already at war with the Empire, it seemed like a decent idea to him at the time. Of course, now there's how do we want to term it? Asymmetrical warfare going on all over the kingdom. Though the demons definitely have the upper hand, even though their numbers aren't large. From your best guesses, by the way, there are somewhere around 100 or so demons that make up the demon army.
Are you telling me to do it, Urza Scarlet?
Should I know what that means?
She went through the 100 Demons tower in near the end of the first part of the anime where this was the S rank not the S rank, the wizard tournament, and the tower was supposed to have 100 demons that were increased in difficulty, and they got certain points and stuff, and she said she got to choose first, and she went 100. It scared everyone, and she fought all the demons, and she beat them all.
Well, I mean, that is definitely an
Oh,
option.
yeah.
Though they're not in a tower, so.
Well, I say tower. It was on a battleground map that
It was in
had a tower in the middle.
Imagine the Wizard Olympics. That's what they did.
Basically. And that round was literally fight 100 demons, and instead of choosing 5 demons to get points, and then the next school would get to go, she chose 100 demons all by herself, and she beat them all.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
I know, right? I'll do it. I'll become an Urza Scarlet.
I mean, you definitely
Toda
wouldn't be on
chooses
your
100
own.
demons.
Not obviously.
Have a good night,
The
Cobra,
nobles
I love
are a little
you.
more mixed, but most of
No, I
the
don't. Thank you.
commoner parts of the Adventurers Guild all sided against the demons. So, I don't know how much you guys have actually done with the other, commoner adventurers before, but there are a number.
Nothing. Wishwing. Nothing.
I mean, there definitely are a number of them,
Or
but
there.
they were not quite so outgoing, so. But I don't even think I have some of them listed here. Which is weird, because I know they exist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
I can
guess I
totally
never
do
put
that.
stats in for some of them. Oh, well.
You're right. You're right, Cobalt. You're right, Cobalt. Do that.
Yeah, I still wanted to see about learning new holy magic spells of the higher grades.
So the academy is definitely currently being controlled by demons.
That's fine. I think.
You can probably learn something there about it. Also, you would have had some time before chaos completely took hold to learn some stuff.
Nice.
If there's spells you already have access to, but don't have, let me know and write me a list, and I'll give you the spells.
Okay. Let me see if I can figure out.
I want more of my. I want to go and start getting the rest of my sword skills.
I mean, I think for Boca, you kind of want, actual darkness magic before
I can
a
get the
lot
rest
of
of my
those
skills.
things. So, yeah. All those things you want to do that warp space are going to require darkness magic. so-
Basically, I want to be able to do what that lightning girl did. Or did she have darkness magic?
No, the lightning girl, which I'm surprised you even remember, since
Yeah.
you guys haven't been back to Nexus in ages. But
You said that was supposed to be a late game me.
Ari the Purple Lightning? No.
Yeah.
Ashley the Twin Lightning, I think.
Yeah, Twin Lightning, I believe is what she was. Yeah.
Yeah, she does not actually have any space warping abilities.
But she used basically what my dash was, and then she
yes, she had abilities to quickly maneuver and launch attacks. None of which I wrote down, so there's that part. There's definitely that part.
she might have boots or something that allow her to teleport or something like that.
I don't think she actually teleported. I think she was doing like a flash step.
Well, that's kind of what I want to add. Is basically that.
Yes, but part of why she can do that so easily is because she can convert herself into almost into electricity, kind of like the hero of
Well,
lightning.
I have high level light magic, so convert myself into light.
Yes, you would need to learn some sort of spell to do that. And one does not currently exist, so you might have to make it.
It'd have to be a reaction spell, because that's what she did. She dodged with it, and then she went in with it. So successful and reaction.
It would probably be easier to have a light spell that's reaction that blurs where you are, making you far harder to hit. That might be your first step to trying to do that. Just putting that out there. Actually, amazingly, I don't think I currently have a blur spell in the game. So, you could be the first one. I don't know why you didn't think about that as an option.
What?
Like blur and mirror image. You could totally do those with light magic.
Like a reaction blur?
Wait,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Spells. Light spells.
Yeah, I'd like a reaction blur. That'd be nice.
I mean, if you and Maggie wanted to sit down and consider how to make a spell from scratch, that would totally be a thing you could do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you both have very high levels of light mastery, so.
I have all the way up to Saint, and then I think they have advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And for something like Blur, the effect is probably tier 2, so. Even as a reaction. Though there's probably 2 styles of that spell. There's the one that's a reaction, which actually might even be tier 1. And then there's a tier 2 version, which is not a reaction, but you can cast and then use as a reaction after that. If that makes sense.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Naka that one. Naka, one of my chat asked, if you have a zombie and use a spell that normally would turn the subject into a zombie on them, does that make the zombie into a stronger zombie, or would they just turn into something more than a zombie?
Usually I would think it would cancel out the spell, but... Because, obviously, the spell is asking for 1 corpse, and instead gets 1 animated corpse. So, I would think it would cancel out, kind of like having the wrong ingredient, but, I guess that
Wanna
kind of
say what it-
depends on which way you want to go with that.
No, wait. If you tried to use like a like a revive zombie spell or something, like a create
I
zombie.
mean, if it's classic
spell.
D&D, then probably Raise Dead.
Yeah, if you try
That's
to
your
use like
basic
a raise,
zombie spell. So,
if you try to use like a raise dead or spell on like a pre-existing zombie, I think you just make the zombie confused.
I think it's more you probably
Arise,
make the spell
zombie.
very confused. but-
Because, like, yeah, it'd basically be, like, two of the same spell trying to control the same meat puppet.
Yes, though I think the existing enchantment, or rather magical energy, would be the big problem since it would conflict with you trying to add new magic. So,
Yeah, I think it would practically just confuse the zombie.
I mean, zombies aren't very smart. They probably wouldn't even notice, but
Well, confuse
the
as in, like,
results.
it would kind of just spaz more. You know?
That's a good question. As far as what exactly it would do to the zombie, I don't think the zombie would notice in any functional way. But
Yeah.
the one who casts the spell, if they're still around, probably would. I mean, you would basically be like trying to disrupt their spell. So, a really bad attempt at that, really. I think Raised Dead is decently high level, so.
It's not that high level. It's like what is it, level? Is it? It's a third level spell, right? Third or fourth?
Fifth.
They're not that high.
I'm literally looking at the spell right now. It says 5th level necromancy. So,
Fifth level isn't that high.
I mean, that requires level 10 in base D&D, so. That's pretty high. On the other hand, Dispel Magic, which would probably have the same sort of effect, is level 3, so. That's right, this is a thought experiment. We're totally off course at this point, but
They know what we are.
probably, but. So yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to do, you're probably not actually in the palace at this point, so actually, why don't I move you guys?
This isn't a palace. Where the fuck are we then?
You're in a throne room. Well, I mean, your icons are. But let me move you somewhere else.
Is that not in the palace? The throne room?
Oh, that would be an irony for you. I think I like that idea.
What'd you call me?
I didn't
You're
call
an
you
irony.
anything.
Not that
I
I'm
said it
sure.
would be an irony. Let me see if
pretty
you're
sure.
still on the map somewhere. I don't think you guys are. Oh no, you're over there. Let me remove the old versions of you. Oh wait, I did already add you. Alright. I will move you to another map. In fact, one you've been to before. I figured the most convenient place for you guys to hide out? In the middle of a dungeon.
Fuck.
I mean, you've been here before, so.
Already thrown us straight into a dungeon again.
I mean, I'm not asking you to fight anything in it, so.
Yet.
Like, at all. So. Though I might have to reset Roll20. It's doing weirdness.
it's doing a thing.
I mean,
Wait,
it
I
likes
remember
to
this
do
place.
that. You should. You guys were here for like a month
A
trying
long
to get
time.
through this map.
Oh, wow.
You never did finish. There are still some very
Okay.
harmful things in here. But they're at
'Cause
the
everyone else
north
went to
side of the
Lilly.
map. And you're on the, like, first part, so. And since this is part of the academy, no one has really been taking care of it as of late. So nothing has respawned in here.
Thank you for the
So.
YouTube sub, you guys.
You guys can make use of the fact that there are basically houses here. Which
Nice.
nothing has been occupying. The last thing to occupy the house that you guys are in was
Rah.
bugbears, maybe?
Something
Along
like that.
with
Oh, it's good to
like a couple of bears
rest our feet up and
downstairs.
and
So,
Samantha just sits on a chair.
Mm.
Visibly not lifting her feet up.
but minus some dust, it's decently cozy. Upstairs
Yeah.
are, of course, the bedrooms.
Let me use purification on the room to clean it.
I mean, you've probably already done that at this point. You would have been here at least a couple of days at this point.
Couple of days.
Yes. Samantha would be the new addition, having just arrived back in town probably the night before. And having just heard the story that basically catches you up with what's been going on in your absence.
Where have I been? Dun dun dun.
Lost in the wilderness.
Oh, that's no fun.
Literally, something disrupted your spell when you opened a portal to get you out of combat. So, you were trapped inside the portal when it, like, shattered. Which immediately expelled you out into the world.
Can they do a Arcana check to see if they can figure out more accurately what kind of thing fucked with their spell?
If you want, Samantha can in fact roll Arcana, who have,
So, yes,
tried to
sir.
figure out what happened.
Gee, I ever so wonder what happened to my spell.
If you're leaving
that
it
work?
at a 7,
I'll
Well, I guess I just fucked up. Sedge.
can I do the help action or something?
you wouldn't have been there at the time, so this is
Damn.
a
No, it's more funny this way.
I know more about what the fuck happened to their spells than they do. Jeez.
I mean, I will give you that Samantha knows that it wasn't exactly their doing that broke the spell, but something definitely broke
It
the
wasn't
spell.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
It was.
It was the magical equivalent of getting a fist to the face as you're running.
That actually happened to me once.
Got clotheslined. Jeez.
Yeah, I was running down the stairs and something hit me in the face. I don't know what it was, but
Dang.
I got knocked into the air and I had a black eye.
Ironically, I've done that sort of thing in a car.
No, but I don't know what hit me. I like to think it was a ghost.
That would be really hard for a ghost to hit you, but
Well,
it's more
shows-
impressive though when you do it in a car.
Yeah.
Someone
Yep.
was trying to drive up a hill that has a curve in it. Like, the road has a curve, not the hill. and I was coming down the hill, and they were coming up, and for whatever stupid reason, they were driving in the middle of the road. So I had to get over, and I got over far enough that something, like, hit the back of the car, and it caused the car to spin. So, yes, much more impressive when
Yeah,
it's a car.
That's scary.
Yeah, it wasn't really fun. Especially not when I ended up basically parked right up against some guy's porch. Like, directly between two parked cars. With, like, the bumper, like, having smacked into the house. Well, rather the porch of the house, but... I don't remember any of that. I smacked my head on the center post in the car, so...
Oof.
When I came to, that is where I found myself. So... Yeah, lots of fun.
Doesn't sound like fun.
Well, I mean, it's about the only hit on my driving record. Because, the other car didn't even bother to do anything. It just kept driving up the hill. Even though it had forced me off the road and caused everything. So when the police did arrive, it was much, much later. And, they're like, oh no, you did this. And I'm like, no, I might not have any physical memory of this, but I'm pretty sure I didn't do it.
Not permitted vehicular manslaughter. Let's go.
I didn't even slaughter the car, so I don't know where you get that. I mean, they decided to total the car, but that's only because they were worried about the frame.
Oh god, is this the dungeon?
Boca, you didn't notice?
Yeah, it's the dungeon. It's the
I
dungeon
zone
we're
out
hiding
sometimes,
out
okay?
in. It's our base now.
Oh.
Yep, at least this part is. Also, if someone were to attack you here, you could always just run deeper into the dungeon, where all sorts of nasty things lie.
I feel like Naka has just revealed their plans and I don't like it.
I mean, that
I
is
don't like
totally
it
not a
either.
plan. I just thought it'd be cool if I used the dungeon map. I mean, where better to hide than in the middle of a dungeon? Who's gonna come find you?
I don't know who is going to come find us, Naka.
So far, no one. I mean, you could go out and, you know, deal with people, but so far, no one's come to look for you. So,
I think Boca and I are gonna work on that spell together.
okay.
Yeah.
So, Samantha,
And I'm going to play with my little guys.
Hi,
Is there-
Lydia. Welcome back.
Call it like.
do
What
I
was the spell
even...
supposed to do? Like a flash step or something?
Well, at a higher level, you could do something like Flash Step, but I would say that is probably at least advanced, if not Saint level. Probably Saint level, actually.
Nah, I guess I'll just be able to do that then.
Rude.
For now. I mean, the
Well,
blur.
we're working.
The blur is easy, relatively.
Yeah, we're working on the magic theory in the first place. The flash step will just be the advanced version.
Zoom the what a wheel.
Yeah.
Do we have to roll for that?
If you want the basic tier 1 version, no. I will just have that take time.
How much? What do we have to roll for the?
I'm gonna
Did
try it
one.
anyway.
What do we have to roll? Arcana.
Yeah, it would be an Arcana check.
All right, I'll buy inspiration into that.
I mean, an 18 is more than enough for a tier 1 or a tier 2.
Hmm.
I'd
Slash Steph,
say
here I come.
I'd say for an advanced tier spell, it would require a 20 to do it in a single day. But if you're willing to take time, then that would drop the DC. So, and of course,
Okay.
Saint tier would be like a DC 25 or even
Well,
30.
I made that
So,
26.
I mean, yeah, but time scale.
Mm.
Doing it in a day is not how you're supposed to do this. Well, I mean, a tier 1 spell, doing it in a day, sure. But, like, usually for, like, a tier 2 spell, at least a week. A tier 3 spell would usually be at least a month. And, Saint tier, for those few who actually can cast those, would be, like, closer to a year for how long you're expected to take. Shortcutting it takes, a much higher DC. But, yeah, you can start working on a Saint tier version of it that physically moves you rather than just, makes it look like you move. By the way, the basic version of Blur is just going to provide disadvantage to anyone who's trying to attack you. And if you upcast the spell, I will let it do one extra, level of disadvantage. So if you want to do, double disadvantage, cast it as a tier 2 rather than a tier 1.
If this is concentration, we're never gonna get hit again.
It is technically not, but you would have to spend points every time.
Didn't we say it was
As a
gonna be like a
reaction.
reaction though? Yeah.
The other version, the tier 2 version, would be concentration, but it would let you use it, constantly. So you would have, permanent blur until your concentration ran out.
The subby on YouTube, guys.
Which would be cheaper, but you'd get fewer levels that you could do in disadvantage. So, but yeah, this can be very dangerous because you can stack a lot of disadvantage. Luckily for you guys, most of your enemies lately have had multi-attack, so. Also, I think I'm going to give you all another upgrade token.
Yay!
Yay!
I finally have enough. Give me space.
I will give you basic space magic.
That means I have 2 now.
Wait, does this mean that my eyes have black nuclei
no,
now or something?
No.
Or my hair has black outline or something like that?
No, you have highlights.
I have highlights.
Obviously, you're going to need it at tier 2 to be able to do, pulling
This is
swords
tier 1,
out
right?
of interdimensional space, but
This
is tier 1.
right?
Yes.
Right. And to upgrade it to tier 2, I need one more token. forever. But soon I will be able to rain blades of death.
What would happen if I
I
dumped
think to
both
make
of...
portals, guys, I need level 2 as well, guys.
What kind of stuff do you think I would be able to access if I dumped all of my stuff into my biomorph stuff? That's 2 upgrade tokens.
Let me pull up.
Yes, I can make a black hole, Olivia. I am death.
Well, I
Destroyer
mean,
portals.
technically that is tier 2. But
We know that's what we're going for. And then I'm going to upgrade my fire and light, and then we're done.
Or did I... Yeah, I already used 1 on... my biomorph stuff. That's how I got, like, electric discharge, I think.
as far as I'm aware, you've had that for a bit. So, I'm not sure if that was included or not.
I don't remember.
I never seem to have gotten around to some forms of biomorph techniques, but some do have extra features. I think I already gave you a version of regeneration.
Mm-hmm. I have regeneration plus now, I think.
At tier 2, one of the abilities is regrowth. I mean, you haven't lost any limbs or organs as of right now, but this would let you regrow lost limbs or organs.
That's cool.
There's a higher level of that at tier 3, which is called Restore Limb, where basically in like a very short order, like a minute, you could regrow a lost limb from scratch. Which is much faster than regrowth. So, there's also life extension at tier 3.
Oh.
Tier 3 also has damage control, where you gain, like, an armor rating even for your, like, internal organs.
That's neat.
Yeah. So, even without wearing armor, you would have an armor rating. So, also, you can't get hit with a critical attack. Critical attacks do no extra damage to you when you have damage control.
That's cool.
There's also some tier 2s, such as Catfall, to reduce falling damage. Reduced consumption, which not only is food and water, but air. So, you could even survive in like a limited air situation. Like, poison clouds and that sort of stuff. Also, there's temperature tolerance. You can adapt your body to handle extremes of hot or cold.
Breath holding before. I don't think I had anything for that sounds like just a buffed version of that.
Reduced consumption sort of is, except it's always active. So, it's not something you have to, like, turn on.
Okay, so it's a passive then.
Yes.
That's neat.
Also, it's got a much greater effect. It's basically 1/10. So you require 1/10 the food, the water,
Mm.
and the air.
Neat.
So yeah, that is a pretty big jump. Damage resistance is in there, which is actually pretty much what Boca gets, but a different method of it. Which is
Nice.
how Boca has temp HP all the time.
Neat.
Damage resistance is basically the same sort of thing.
So that gave me 2 sources of temp HP then.
Yes, but they don't stack. So you would use one or the other if you were doing temp HP. So just a little reminder of that. Some forms of
That's
temp
unfortunate.
HP might technically overlap, but you would at least have to go through one before using the other. So
because it's Blessing of the Champion is what I get from my normal temp
Yeah.
HP.
Damage resistance would be superior because you can activate that to just gain damage resistance over and over. While your champion buff is
It's-
permanent until it recovers. So
I think
Right,
it's
right.
I think it's like once per day is how I'm ruling it so far.
yeah.
Whereas the
Or at least once per rest is probably how I would word it. So
yeah.
but damage resistance you can just activate at any time. That's what Boca's always doing.
Neat.
There's also things like projected senses, where sonic effects and things like that. Also, bright lights don't affect you at all. So
Neat.
in base 5e D&D, there's that ability that lets you throw off these flashes of light to provide disadvantage against the enemy. That would do nothing to you if you had protected senses.
Nice.
Um,
I think I am gonna do that then.
Okay. Obviously, you're not gonna get all of these, but I will give you a list, basically.
To choose from.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
also a fun one which is currently unranked, which is called Hardened Bone. It makes it so you can't take crippling or dismembering attacks to yourself. So usually if it's an optional rule in 5e, but when you take a critical hit, you can suffer crippling attacks, losing a limb. I don't know many people that play with that rule, but this would protect against that. Also, it means that someone can't just come over and lop your head off. So, good luck if someone tries to do the executioner style finish on you, because it just wouldn't work. I mean,
This is
it's a niche ability, but very useful at times.
It's gonna make me even more unkillable.
I mean, that's sort of the core of biomorph abilities, becoming functionally unkillable. There are some
And Boca
others
complains I'm
too.
overpowered.
Wait, who? Me?
Yeah. I'm getting more unkillable.
Naka, you did this to yourself.
This is how I was designed.
Yes, I started with the
That's what I'm
biomorph
telling her,
template, so
See, this is why you should upgrade your Nexus abilities.
I mean, if you wanna know what you would have, or will gain, depending on how you want to look at it. Boka's, like, archetype is the telekinetic brick. Which I never finished, so... I'm not sure the full range of abilities.
Did you kind of just give me a slush of all the biomorph stuff?
Yes.
Like I said, Naka brought this upon themselves, having to deal with Maple's stuff.
I mean, technically, you are not a cat biomorph or a... I mean, if anything, you're maybe a healer biomorph. But I gave you some aspects of, like, the cat one. Though, you can't actually see some of the, like, charts of abilities that I made. They're in the GM only section at the moment, so... But yeah, you don't have some of the wilder abilities. You can't, like, totally shapeshift. Or, gain, like, plant biomorph abilities that let you, like, photosynthesize or things like that.
Yeah.
You also can't do what, like, a shaper biomorph can, which would let you alter other people. So, you do have limits, but biomorphs are more finished than most of the other archetypes, which I have barely touched in, like, a year at this point. So, I mean, I do have other abilities for, like, Boka, if she ever wanted to, like, dig more into them.
Well, yeah, obviously I do. I'm just trying to get my sword abilities to...
Yeah. But, some of the types, like, Sun Eater's Samantha character, for instance, is a controller archetype. So, a version of that is what is here. Technically, they're a tamer type controller. Though I have very few things listed for that at the moment. But, yeah. In fact, I've been considering taking a very different track with Samantha's abilities. But we never actually got around to talking about that. What do you think, Sun Eater? Absolute silence.
You said Boka?
Nope.
No. Okay, I was like, wait, I didn't hear my name.
No.
Alright.
I was prompting Sun Eater. But Sun seems to be ignoring us.
They might have zoned out. Or they're muted.
Or they're having connection issues again.
Any of the above. But,
Connection issues.
Yep. Looks like it. I swear they can hear us. But, anytime they want to, like, talk.
Hello?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello. What? I heard what you're saying.
So, did you hear me ask about if you wanted to alter the way your tamer abilities work?
Yes.
Would you be interested?
Yeah, sure.
Because what I've thought of is that since the tamer abilities have like a more limited use. Oh, what is the name of that anime? Well, no, it's not an anime. It's technically a cartoon, I guess. But like Ben 5, Ben 10, something like that.
Ben 10.
Quite possibly. I forget the
I had
number.
Me and device.
All I heard was 10 or something like that.
Got superpowers, you know.
I have never watched it. I just see the memes. So,
It's Ben 10.
All I heard was
But,
or something like that.
well,
You're talking about like the Omnitrix or something.
what I would do is if you tame a creature, instead of letting you summon it, you would be able to transform into it.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Neat.
So like, rather than like summoning, like Foxy, for instance, you could like turn into a Foxy and have,
a bigger Foxy?
And it's cut out again.
well, at least higher stats and abilities.
That's cool.
No, yeah, sure, that I like that. Yeah, cool.
It's thematic with our like Fox party thingamajig.
I
Yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
you can also do that as a blob.
I think that'd be cool.
You can become Bluey, or
Big Bluey.
well, I mean, eventually Bluey is supposed to be able to evolve into like a humanoid form, anyways. So
Yeah, that's why I chose the pink slime. So we get
Yes.
human Bluey.
Old Ben 10 was amazing. Yes, that it was.
Well, if they're a pink slime, wouldn't they be pinky now?
Well, yeah, but
the
I
name
don't
was
wanna
never
change the fucking
changed.
name. I was going to change the name, but I can't be bothered.
I think I even changed the art, but
Hmm.
yes, the default token art is now pink. So yeah, I'll get that set up for next time. Obviously not for this one. Otherwise, I'd be spending like an hour redoing
Could be here all day.
things. That would take us a long time, but yeah, that was what I was gonna suggest a while ago, and it just got pushed off because we haven't had an episode in so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would actually make you the first shapeshifter of the group, but it does require you to tame a
Isn't-
creature first.
Isn't Maple a shapeshifter?
I can only go a little bit of the way.
Yes,
Still.
they can gain features of other creatures. You can just turn into them. There would still
Not
be
that the Fan 10
limits,
themes are stuck in my head.
but I would definitely let you turn into some new forms, figuring you can tame them. Like, the, like, giant boars, giant scorpions,
Giant turtle.
Oh yeah,
possibly
we did
if you
tame
can
that
tame a
earlier,
turtle.
didn't we?
Well, he tried. She tried. I don't think you actually successfully tamed the massive turtle.
Isn't that where we ended though? Did we not do that?
I'm pretty sure that Beastkin
No,
woman
if I remember
came in-
correctly, we were about to, and then we got our ass beat by that weird beastkin.
Yes. The monk Beastkin woman. Who, actually, I think
You're crying.
you were at 0 HP when we started last episode, so. But from now on, anytime you can't turn into monsters per se. Like you couldn't turn into an orc, but you can tame any like animal intelligence type creature.
Okay.
So you now know the limits. By the
Yes,
way,
sir.
that also that also excludes spirits. Because there are animal spirits that you will encounter from here on. And
Isn't Foxy a spirit?
Foxy is not a spirit. They are a creature. An animal creature.
I thought you said they were a fire spirit.
That was for Nexus. They're not a spirit in the same sense as the spirits here. If that makes any sense at all. I mean, same concept, different worlds. Same term. But, yeah. I'll convert all your current pets. So they'll get a pretty decent buff to some of their stats. Like Foxy, well, when you turn into Foxy, you'll be able to do a lot more damage than current Foxy does. Also, when you lose the HP of whatever form you're in, you revert to human Samantha with normal HP. So, it all effectively counts as temp HP when you're in another form.
Okay.
So think of it a little bit like druid shape-shifting. So.
Yes, sir.
I think that will help you a little bit. It will mean, though, you can't put, like... Well, I would still let you, like, summon Foxy if you were in, like, slime form. But... Foxy won't do, like, any more damage when in that form, so...
Okay.
So, yeah. I'll get that worked out.
Alright.
And Samantha, Samantha does have, I think, 3 upgrade tokens at this point, so.
Wait, 3? I thought I spent some of them.
If you did, I don't recall.
You did. Samantha did use some.
Did I not spend? I know I spent 1 to evolve, like, one of my...
Oh, I think you used, like, 1 for your slime.
Yeah.
But I don't think you've done any of the others, so...
No, not yet. Because...
You were holding on to at least 2, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So, with a new one, that would make 3.
Alright.
So, consider what you want there.
Damn it, Nakia. No, I'm not good at choices.
I mean, I can give you a list. But, actually, I will have you go back to 2 upgrade tokens. I will take 1 to let you transform into your pets.
Oh, I know what this is like. We brought Fairy Tale earlier. This is like, the Celestial dresses, what's it called, Has? Lucy?
I don't think I know that one.
She has like these keys where she can summon celestial spirits of like constellations, and she can use magic to like put the power into themselves. And, like, they call it starlight dresses or celestial dresses or something like that.
Don't think I've ever seen that, but I'm not up on my cartoons, so.
I've seen Fairy Tale. Cringe. Just kidding.
I mean, usually I see, like, cartoons these days as part of memes. I mean, they don't even air cartoons on like local TV, so. Not that I watch local TV, but I don't know really where you go to like find cartoons these days. When I was little, they were just on TV, so. Anyway. So I need to do the blur spell for next time, the reaction version. Did you want to roll to see if you develop the tier 2 version as well? I'll give them
Maybe,
names.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that back in the day? I didn't know.
You'll have
Oh, yeah, they did have that,
advantage
didn't they?
if you and Hilda work on it together, so.
Oh.
17 should be sufficient. Or, okay, 27.
High five, Boca. Goodness. We're making hella progress.
Told you, Hilda's the smartest person in the school.
I mean, when you crit.
Yeah. Your point. What do I normally do? I roll high, I crit. I am the dice princess.
By the way, here is an irony for you. The blur spell is, at least if you're in a dark area, it's gonna look a lot like some sort of dark fog. Which makes it look a lot like a darkness spell. Just a tidbit for you.
That's fun.
By the way, Samantha, if you wanted, you could probably learn a darkness version of that.
Oh yeah, I'll try that.
That'd be something like distortion.
Try to do the same thing, but like it'll take longer because I'm the only one doing it or trying to make it.
Well, yes. It'll definitely work. Oh, wow.
3. It'll be 7 months.
I mean, Maggie could probably help with the theory, but not the
No, I need
practical.
to do it all by myself.
I am sure any of you could help. Just not in
Let me-
actually casting it.
Let me help him.
Don't you pity me?
So if you help, it would just give advantage on the roll. You can't actually roll for them in this case.
That's fair. Yeah, because I can't cast it.
Yes.
If it's for like a basic, like
No.
level.
Yeah, if this is a basic spell, technically Hilda could roll for this.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Couldn't.
Do you want to help out
Unst-
make a darkness version of Blur?
Sure.
Couldn't Sadashi help much better though?
Well,
Sadashi's
see,
gonna
Bogus
hear.
just critting again.
Dab.
Queen of crits.
All I gotta say. Queen of the
Queen of
crits.
crits.
So yeah, I guess
Just
I'll.
give me my plaque. Give me my protagonist plaque, okay? Just give it to me.
Boca
I'll
found
have
the
to
critter.
create a darkness version that is called something like Distortion.
Can I
And,
combine them together to make my, like, where I could just, like, phase out of existence for a little bit?
no.
That's basically what it is if you compound blur. If you compound light and darkness, you literally just, like, bend light all around you.
So you are having an
You
effect
could-
on space, but it's not sufficient to actually move you elsewhere.
Okay.
Well, no,
but
I'm not saying go out of the universe.
You
I'm saying,
could
like,
use them-
basically make it where for, like,
since they're-
one reaction, nothing happens. I don't have to make a roll. Doesn't matter how hard they roll. I'm just gone.
Functionally,
Like-
it works the same way as Blur. So
Since they're
functionally,
Yeah.
it just
since they're
provides levels of disadvantage.
yeah.
Which for you, the darkness version is less efficient because you can't crank it up to like tier 4 or 3. So theoretically, you're better off using the light version. But
Yeah, but now
when you upgrade your darkness, and at tier 2, you definitely can do. Actually, I think there is even an existing tier 2 movement spell.
Hmm.
Let's see. I didn't actually include one in the basic list, but... Well, return is in there, but that's vast distances, comparatively.
Mm.
But intermediate level is where you would get the ability to do, like, flash step type of things by affecting space and time. So, yeah. Anyways, so
I'm
Samantha
guessing if
will
I
have
wanted to
that.
go
Give it the past.
I'm guessing if I wanted to go above Saint slash hero magic, I'd need like multiple upgrade tokens.
There is effectively no tier above that.
In theory.
Technically, there are like god tier abilities, but at that point, you have to like be at least like a like demigod to like functionally be able to do them. They break all bounds of human ability, so.
Yeah, so I'd need a bunch of upgrade tokens, like at least 5.
Well, you would have to become a demigod somehow. However that is. I have not even thought of that, so.
What do I have to do? Kill and eat a god?
That's sort of disgusting. I mean,
It doesn't taste like.
There's 3 routes to demigod. You're either born one, you either consume it, or you are granted it.
So far, you have not met any demi-deities, so.
Not even the Demon King counts?
No. He's technically immortal. So, he's functionally like you guys. He's just from another world. And a very different race from any of you guys. Just a very powerful individual. I already told you last time that he was at least 3 times stronger than you.
He's like level 15, then.
He's at least level 15. So.
Yeah. Which is admittedly pretty fucking powerful.
Yes.
Oh, do we get any more HP?
I just gave you the token, not an actual level, so.
Okay.
So you're close to where I would put a level in, and we would do HP, so.
Okay.
But, having done a lot of non-story stuff, what do you guys want to do?
We have been here a while.
You have some choices to make, obviously.
So it's safe to assume we know roughly around the place, because we...
I mean, as long as you don't go too far north. You never did clear
let's
those
head
out.
north. Hey guys, I think we should head north.
I mean, considering we're already kind of hanging out in Demon King territory in the kingdom here, uh, is it possible for me to see about maybe, I guess, find the saint to
Um,
ask some questions?
the Saintess is actually like the right hand man, or rather woman, of the Demon King.
Yeah, but I mean, we've already been
And
introduced.
true, but the king is actually lower in status than her. I mean, the King Renaud,
Hmm.
the technical king of the country. Probably the highest you could get in the tier of like the Demon King's army would maybe
Hmm.
be Prince Leonbold.
Damn, not even one of the demons.
I mean, actually getting in touch with one of the demons is gonna be pretty difficult. I mean, you did meet the Demon King, and you did meet the Saintess, but they're at the very top. And there are, 100 demons before the king even. So, that is a lot. But you could probably get to talk to the prince.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. Let's talk to the prince.
I'm not
I
actually
mean,
gonna
I was,
drop his token anywhere, but
yeah, I was mostly just trying to get more like information of like what exactly is the Demon King's goal here.
he'll at least be able to tell you what he's been told. So, so you you managed to talk to the prince. You'll technically be meeting in the palace, but since the king
Bye.
doesn't even have like the throne room as theirs anymore, you end up in like some like side room that is
Hmm.
just slightly bigger than a closet.
Damn.
It's got like a pair of couches and a small, well, no, not couches, like pair of chairs and like a table in it.
Not even
that's
a full
like
like lounge room, dang.
No. Yeah, his powers definitely come down from what it used to be. He
Yeah,
still
but Demon
looks
King
like
ain't
the
what he
prince, though.
Demon King ain't what he used to be.
I mean, it's not the Demon King, so. This is Prince Leonbold. He's still the blonde, handsome figure who looks fairly knightly with his silver and gold armor. But he's got a little bit of a harried look to him, with like shadows forming under his eyes. I will give you this information as well. The prince does actually have 2 types of magic, and both are intermediate. His main skill is actually in like swordsmanship, so. And he'd be considered advanced if you were to like rank swordsmanship. And of course, he has like full magic gear, so he's better than typical, definitely. But
I think I'd still beat him in a one-on-one.
because you can heal, you would probably outlast him. So
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
I mean, if I got the new holy magic spells, then
Yes.
I think I'd probably wipe his ass.
Just wipe
Quite
his
possibly.
ass.
Quite possibly.
Hey, whatever you're into.
Wipe the floor with his ass. Jeez.
That's not what you said, though.
I'm dyslexic.
I don't even
Give
wanna
me a
think about
break.
that. But yes, you sit down with him to have some tea. A maid does actually come in and like
Are we still in
provide
the
the tea. Though.
dungeon? I'm in the dungeon.
I mean, this is a purely Maggie scene at the moment.
Maggie being special.
Maggie
I mean, you
going
could-
out for information.
Yeah, you could go out and do something, but for
I
now,
want to train my swordsmanship. Does that require me to leave?
no. You can do that in
Okay.
here.
How much? What would I have to do to get the next level? Can we go fight a boss by myself or something?
I mean, to develop like most of the things you were looking to doing.
That's what I'm saying. I literally
tier
need
2
another.
darkness magic.
I need to literally either I need to upgrade my tiers another way, or I need another token. So what do you want me to do? Fight a boss by myself? What?
It would be more advancing through the story.
Yeah, they said
Whichever
we're
way that
close to
goes.
getting. They said we're close to getting another level up. So I'm assuming that'll come with another token.
Yes, actually, when you get your level up, I will let you all have the multi-attack ability finally.
Yup.
So that will be a definite start for being able to like have your sword skills up.
That's gonna be a sharp increase in my damage output.
Well, the
I think
biggest
of
change
anyone's
is
damage
just
output,
that
I think it would be Hilda's, because Hilda's really the only one that uses weapons anymore.
Well, yeah, it's multi attack though, so I could like fucking blast out.
the big change is that
Bunch of
you can use 2 of the same ability without the stacking penalty. So whether that's 2 spells in a row or 2 physical attacks, all the same. All the same. But that is not the scene we're in. So the prince sits down with you, teacup in hand, and says, "So, what did you want?"
Well,
Your mom.
there was several things I'd like to ask you. First of all, how did the relationship with you and Jennifer start, would you say?
He sighs and says, "Well, it was at my father's insistence."
I did suspect that a little bit.
I mean, it should be obvious. We wanted to have her abilities in our family tree. Also, being able to call on her power at any time is a definite benefit. But now that she's working for the rebellion, that's all off the table.
Did you feel like those were true feelings at any point, or was it more
He
politically
actually
motivated?
laughs. She might be somewhat pretty, but she's a bit dumb.
Just like you. Oh, got him.
Understood.
He thinks a lot of himself, if you haven't noticed.
You don't say.
Yes.
Mm. So, beyond that, what I wanted to know was what were the broad strokes you've heard of the Demon King's plans?
Well, what we've been told about the end of times is that for the demons to be free and return to their worlds, they need to destroy both the spirits and the celestials. And of course, whoever sides with them can then leave as well. Since, as we've been told, there shall be nothing left of this world.
Do they mean that literally or metaphorically, do you think?
Are you asking him to determine that?
What, as far as he knows anyway.
He considers what you've said and says, I'm almost positive that is literal.
Almost positive.
I mean, if you want to ask him about the almost positive thing, he will expand on that slightly.
Yeah.
He says,
I say we take that risk.
he says, I have actually witnessed a fight between the demons and some of the spirits. They laid waste to an entire town in their battle.
Mm.
In fact, there was nothing left of the town afterwards. No trees, no plants. Nothing. Nor any animals, for that matter. Not even insects. So at least, as far as I'm concerned, it is most likely completely accurate. There will be nothing or nowhere left to live here.
Well, if you're hopping worlds, it sounds
Now
like
worried.
you'll end up in Nexus.
He raises an eyebrow and says, Nexus?
It's sort of a conglomeration of peoples from different worlds.
Interesting.
It was where I first gained the abilities, such as I quickly switched my claws on and then deactivate.
Well,
Yes,
that
I'm
would be
playing
handy
D&D,
if
Seppi.
we were able to do such things.
Mm.
I have seen your people fight, and you definitely wield powers that not even Jennifer has.
Yes. I did have some discussions with some of the demons, and technically speaking, my party count as them.
Interesting.
Demons, that is.
From what I've heard, you've been able to come and go from this world. Something the other demons don't seem to be able to do.
Yeah, that seems to be only thanks to our resident dark magic user's ability. Otherwise, we'd be quite stuck. And they haven't really perfected that ability either, so we don't have a ton of control of where that goes.
Interesting.
In fact, I haven't been back to my home world in
At this point, months. Definitely months.
months,
Yes.
months, maybe getting close to a year.
Well, maybe it will be your world that we end up on once the demons win.
Though possible, I would mention that's going to be quite a culture shock.
Also, I don't... I know they have magical items and a level of magic, but I don't think he would deal with a tank all that well.
The technological level of my homeworld is much higher than it is here.
Oh? What sort of things do you have?
A ham 550.
Many advances in medicine. Quite frankly, technologies that, from an outside perspective, would assume would be magic. And many, many other things.
I guess I'll just have to see it. Though, frankly, if he just gets dropped in, like, Nexus, he'll see a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they use plenty of firearms. They might not have too many tanks, but... I think a lot of the powered individuals in Nexus would, like, walk all over him.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they wouldn't have magic, usually, but...
Yeah.
Their abilities definitely would put them on par.
Oh, YouTube subby. I was like, wait the heck?
I mean, what it sounds like is they're gonna be able to be in control of their magic still, as their
I mean, you've never
Tech
lost
design.
your magic going to another world, so...
No, I mean like societally, but
Well, he seems to be of the belief that somehow, if they do take him with them, he'll be alive for that to happen. I personally think that might be overly optimistic. I don't think any of the demons could care less about Prince Leonbold. But that's just me saying that.
that's
You never
fair.
know.
So have you had the opportunity to make any friends, shall we say, among the demons, or is it strictly professional, would you say, at this stage?
He almost laughs and then says, I don't think any of the demons care for such things as friends. He also adds, they seem to blame us for some sort of prosecution, though I'm not aware of any such thing. He seems to not realize that calling them the demon army and sending heroes after them is definitely at least a form of harassment.
I'm going to quite simply suggest, well, you know, there's the historical precedent of subjugating the demon army.
He shrugs and says, they started that.
Still counts.
Which, from his perspective, they might have, but I don't know if that is actually true or not, as far as your perspective goes.
I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't you hold a grudge if somebody regularly did that to your people?
Probably, yes. And the demons definitely do have a point. They all ended up stuck here after arriving. Couldn't go home. And the people here probably weren't friendly.
Mhm.
I mean, they aren't even friendly to the beastkin, and the beastkin were at least partially human. Some of these demons don't look even vaguely human, so.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised, frankly, that they haven't accused me of being a demon in the first place.
I mean, most of the demons look different enough. But they also have no cultural understanding that there's no functional difference between heroes and demons. So.
And since I was claims to be a hero, they just were like, okay, that's fine.
Well, you didn't go through a hero summoning, but you at least seem to be more of a hero than
so they just guessed, basically.
Yes. Accidents have happened during hero summonings, so. Which, by the way, sometimes means, like, how you all got summoned by the Empire all at once. That would be considered an accident. The spell is only meant to bring one person, so. At least at a time.
Yeah.
So, accidentally getting, like, 6 people at once would be considered an accident. And then they tested you. And, well, not sure if you were heroes specifically. You at least all had abilities, which made you useful, so.
Yeah.
Anyways,
right.
Any other questions for the prince?
Let me. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then it is, of course, time for the cold, inevitable betrayal. So, if you're going to, excuse yourself and try to leave, you'll find a small contingent of guards outside. He says, obviously, if you haven't decided to either work with us, then you must be against us. So I can't just let you leave that easily.
Well, as I'm sure you could tell by my line of questions, I was simply trying to make an educated decision. And I've yet to inform my party.
We'll eventually round them up too. There shall be no dissent.
All right, Naka, can me and Samantha work together to make a portal behind Maggie?
I mean...
What, are they just gonna yoink me?
Well, that's the plan.
So, there are 6 guards. And I probably can't even drop tokens because I couldn't yesterday. So let's see.
Maggie states quite simply, I would rather not have to simply force my way out of this situation.
Oh wow, it let me drop a token. I am shocked. But yeah. You probably can't see this, but these guards actually, you know what? You have life detection. I'm going
I
to tell
do.
you now that all of these guards have about a fifth of your health. I don't think they could in any meaningful way stop you.
As I'm quite simply just going to fully
I'm back.
shift as much as I can for intimidation purposes, as well as, just preparing that shit up.
They do all
And
hold up their spears. Kind of like
simply
you would, if you were like a wildcat or something.
and quite simply just say, that's not going to save you from me should you continue.
They do have stats, so let's see how. Oh, well, you could roll intimidation.
I'll buy the inspiration.
Actually, I'll give you the advantage because you grew claws and fangs.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're much more intimidating. As much as they try to hold their ground, none of them actually, meaningfully stop you.
And I just take a claw and just nudge their spear tips out of the way.
The prince sighs at seeing this. And he's like, obviously I need better guards.
Yeah, probably.
Perhaps someone with a bit more life force would have sufficed.
That's easier said than done. It's not like I can call on a noble at whim. At least not these days.
And additionally, for your information, dear prince, I wasn't initially planning on siding against you, but you have made it quite tempting with this insult.
He's like, don't blame me. The demons literally insist. No dissension.
And I'll be back to talk with them later. Ta-ta.
He shrugs. I mean, if he'd had, time to properly prepare, he probably would have called in some favors with some nobles who are actually, if you remember, Eridan, the mercenary, the one that didn't like to wear clothes and had women fawning all over him.
Yeah.
If he were here, it would be a different story. You would definitely have more of a fight. And between him and the prince, they could probably have at least worn you down.
Yeah.
But these guards are a pushover. So, I mean, he could have called 100 of them, and you would probably still be able to just walk through. I mean...
Yeah, I'd just be very much covered in blood.
I mean, just turn
they
on
tried and-
the like constant blur and just walk through.
Yeah.
I doubt
Yeah.
they could hit you.
Also, the fact that I could simply just skitter onto the wall and climb on the ceiling.
True, true. But like,
Like a creature.
that one rolled kind of decent with a 15. But
Yeah,
if you,
it's
if
not gonna
he-
hit
if he had
23.
disadvantage though,
It's not gonna hit 23 at disadvantage.
they had a +3, so
Yeah.
yeah, it would not have gone well for them. And
Yeah.
if they really got serious, you could always bring out the mech.
hmm In which case, I would have probably just busted out of the room anyway because of how big it is.
Well, you couldn't actually summon it without getting somewhere big enough to fit it, so
Yeah.
you would have first had to get somewhere you could actually fit it, but
Yeah.
after that, you could have
And again,
easily broken through
probably-
a wall. So,
Yeah. Or I could have probably just busted out of the window to the room that we were having the meeting or whatever in.
I mean, that's an option too. You could just climb down the wall even, so.
Yeah.
Once you're outside, you wouldn't fall to your doom like other people might, so.
Yeah.
Realistically, he wasn't stopping you. This is
Mhm.
just him doing what was required of him. Or at least as he sees it, so. I
Yeah.
mean, if you had a bunch of, like, level 15, like, demons in charge, and they said, no more descent, you would probably do it too.
Mhm.
Really, the prince is only about as powerful as you guys, though less capable magically. So,
hmm
yeah. He wasn't really ever stopping you. This is more, I guess you could call it political theater.
Yeah.
Covering his ass, whatever you would like to call it.
Yeah.
But, with that, I guess you can return to the others.
Oh, actually, I will go and mention to him before I leave. Like literally, like go back and like look past the door frame or whatever, and just be like, "Do you think you could schedule me a meeting with one of the demons theoretically?"
He scoffs a bit and says, I'd have to have a good reason. They don't just take interviews.
Hmm.
What's a better reason than saving the world?
Well,
I mean, they have a plan for that.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Well, with that, I suppose I should simply point out that if you needed an alternative to evacuating this plane, my party would likely be your best bet. And I will leave. And go back to the others and update them on the situation.
Okay. I mean, they did hear what happened, so
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much updating we need to do, but
Yeah. Okay.
Are we gonna end here today?
if you want to,
again.
or if you
It's
wanted
up to everyone.
you could decide on your course of action first?
What do you think our course of action should be?
I think I kind of enjoy us being free agents to a degree. So it might be funny to go and because it seems to be like the Celestials versus the Elementals versus the demons, right?
That is effectively the plan, with the humans
Should we just
caught
go-
in between.
As deep as we
Yeah.
can into the dungeon, get one more token, like basically upgrade our abilities,
Yeah, we might as well.
start like fighting against.
Yeah, we might as well
Slender.
finish clearing out this demon and make it a proper base of operations.
This dungeon.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, there's a main building to the north, two smaller buildings, and a small outside area that all have monsters in them, basically.
Mhm.
The main building does have 2 floors. Oh, I guess you never finished the middle building either. But
Yeah,
it's
we
only the
didn't
second
do.
floor that has stuff. So,
Yeah. So we have more stuff to go through here, and also we are stronger now, so I'm more confident in our ability to clear it.
I mean, there's also fewer of you, but
Well, yeah. With the new spells, I think we should be able to get through it pretty quickly.
and to possibly interest Boca in particular, I will let you know that the heart of the dungeon lies a green dragon.
Oh, so Toto can fully get the Dragon Princess. Dragon Demon.
We could probably get some kind of something to make weapons or something out of the dragon, or see about subjugating the dragon so that Boca could ride it.
I don't think this one could. Well, it might be able to carry someone. I won't say it can't.
If it's one person, if it's at least as big as a horse, it should be able to.
I mean, it is bigger than a horse, but
Yeah, so it could probably carry
If it's
one
at least
Boca.
young status, it should be able to.
Yeah.
Remember, I gave you that book. Remember Naka, the dragon taming and stuff? And at young, it's able to become a mount.
I
It
don't
should be
know
able to
if-
carry. It should be able to carry one Boca.
I don't know if it would want to.
Also, Boca is like below average height, remember?
I should mention,
Small.
in this world, usually dragons are classed as spirits. However, the one in the dungeon is not a spirit type dragon. It is a.
It's undead.
It is not undead. It is.
It's a beast.
It is what would be called a dumb type of dragon. And
Well,
that
yeah, then
they're
I
not
could definitely
truly
subjugate it.
intelligent. They can't like
It's-
communicate or anything.
It's not smart enough to take orders, Boca.
Is that what Naka's saying?
I
It's
mean,
too dumb for its own good. We can't keep it as a pet.
it is too smart to be tamed, but too dumb to communicate. So,
It's too smart to be tamed, not smart enough to know what's good for it.
I
Is there
mean,
gonna be
it
at
was
least one thing in
created
here that can, like-
magically by the dungeon, so.
Yeah.
No, it does not happen to use plants.
And
Unfortunately.
be thematic with this dungeon, though. considering
I
how many
mean-
plant creatures we fought in this one.
Now I kind of want to give it plant magic, but I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's too dumb for that. I'll have to find its sheet just to be able to tell. Oh, here it is. Oh man, this is one.
Lachlan, you get out of
really
Naka's
short
chat right
sheet.
now with that crap. I need to stop being roasted for my code name decision on the dating show.
That sounds like a story. But this dragon is pretty simple. It's not even at boss status as far as what it's capable of here. So
You mentioned something about the spirits with Sun's taming stuff.
in that they don't count as things that can be tamed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Spirits
would
are
like to see
spirits
about.
are not considered creatures, so
I would like to see about finding them some more good tames.
I mean, now that I've opened it up a lot more, you can't really do that in a dungeon since everything here is created magically by the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
The core of the dungeon creates creatures over time, at least.
And can we see about maybe like working on rewriting the dungeon for our purposes? Especially considering that Maggie had been researching it in her own time.
Potentially an option.
Neat.
Seeing as how I actually
Okay.
have to make it a challenge for you, I'm already updating the dragon a little bit.
I'm assuming we'd have to clear the dungeon fully before we could do that, though.
Yes, if you want to rewrite the mechanics of the dungeon, you would definitely have to destroy the heart of the dungeon at the very least, which is the dragon. Not that you
Okay.
icily know that it's the dragon. I've already told you, so.
Yeah. In character, we just assume we just gotta clear it.
Yes. And groups have cleared the dungeon before, but it is a little bit rare.
We did get through a lot of it before, didn't we?
You're like halfway through.
Yeah, and we gotten stronger since then anyway.
Yes. You never, like, went upstairs, at the middle building, so that is pretty much where you would start if you want to clear everything. There's a room that is really hard to see on the far west of the middle building, which I totally forgot about. But you'd have to find a way into it. There's even a few more of those plants that try to kill you.
Oh, great.
I think there's like 4 left, 5 left. Less than half a dozen. A few interesting traps. Some giant insects. A lot of those animated suits of armor.
Those will be less of a hassle with the area dispel.
True. Because you can just hit
'Cause-
masses of them all at once.
yeah,
So.
especially if they clump up.
I mean, you could just have, like, Boca run inside, gather them all up to chase her, and then,
Yeah, choke
like,
points.
whap them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
But-
can do that next time. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You can start next time. Definitely start
Yeah.
next time. But you at least have the same HP as pretty much all the creatures in here. I don't think any of them, I mean, the like grappling plants and like the dragon are the only things that have more HP than you guys.
Hmm.
So you're on much more even terms than you would have been before, but there are less of you. Since Sun Eater can't be here on Sundays, next time
So,
we would need like Sadashi again
Mm-hmm.
to have 3. So, and I think there were 4 or 5 of us the last time we went through this. So, a little bit of a letdown from those days. Though, if you would like Jennifer to help out, I am sure you could come to an agreement with Jennifer. And she would help you guys. Just putting that out there.
I mean, we'd have to smuggle Jennifer in here, though.
I mean, that wouldn't be too hard. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
do
not the
have
first time we've
Samantha
smuggled
here.
Jennifer.
Well, I mean, you have Samantha. Samantha can just
That's
open
true.
a portal and
Yeah.
drop you off in here. So. But this actually might be a good place for, like, the rebellion to have some people stationed. So.
Mm.
If you went to make a deal with them, you totally could. Just putting that out there.
Mm.
I mean, if you gave them, like, the building on the lower section here, that would probably be fine for them. Or the central building, if you wanted. So you'd have to clear the upper floor first.
Mm.
You did already clear out the first floor, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. You could easily give them a building, and this would be a really good hideout for them too. I mean, who would
Yeah.
expect them to hide in a dungeon after all?
Shouldn't this fire, whatever is here, be producing light?
Possibly, but really, it's still there just to tell me that you guys basically burnt down the inside of this tower.
Oh, this is the tower.
Yes. Yes, it was a tower.
I thought it was a giant brazier.
No, that was a tower.
Oops.
Yes,
Okay.
you incinerated the inside of it. Because inside was that, like, vine that would take control of things.
Oh yeah, that was a pain.
Yes, yes, it was.
Mm.
That's pretty much why you nuked the inside.
Yeah.
But, if we're good, let me find someone to raid. I do not know if this will work, but we shall see. Alright, we shall raid Bo Sheep. Because she's adorable.
Alright.
Alright, so, I don't know exactly yet what I'm doing tomorrow. I would play some more Fallout 4, but I need to remember to unplug my controller for the other games, so
Yeah, chat. We'll end here.
I might switch things up and do Horizon tomorrow.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for
So-
Mother Christian Chatter. Thank you all for Digga, why do you always come right when I'm ending? I'm starting to feel really horrible.
I mean, that's the way people work, Boga. It always
Thank you all for
happens.
coming. Thank you all for Mother Christian Chatter. Thank you everyone who's always here. You
But,
make me so very wonderful and happy.
yeah.
And remember, Book is always cheering for you.
Alright, so guys,
Lots of check. Some water.
expect more things tomorrow.
Right.
Lots of fun stuff on YouTube as
Lots
well
of
if you want to
paddling.
visit. So, have
Love
fun.
you, Digga.
Take care, and see you later. Bye.
I'll try to do a longer stream tomorrow, guys.